Okay, that's a really nice photo right there. Okay, so you all, I was gonna do Disney Heroes first because I thought that would be faster, but they're still in maintenance, so we're gonna start with Jua. This will probably come out like 11. I don't know why I bother saying the time. You already see it when it's coming out right now. I'm just guessing. Okay, thank you for the $10. Couldn't get yesterday's $10. New features, yeah, whatever. Let's see. Is there anything? Oh yeah, the Ukes. Oh, everything got redistributed. Okay, okay, so earlier they removed a bunch of my supply drops, but it seems like they just put them back together. They just gave me a whole bunch more. A lot of them are empty, but okay. Thank you for the patience. What is this? $100, the norm. What's new? There's like a bunch of new. Ooh, look at the Segnotherosaurus is the one that's most interesting to me in terms of hybrids, because a Trosomoloch is, just from that I can tell it's a very lazy design. In fact, I've been told from Ehrlich that he got from some good sources that they're not that these are some that a Trosomoloch is not a very good design, and Segnotherosaurus isn't really looking too. I mean, it looks nice, but it doesn't exactly look great. Now the abilities. This is the stuff I want to see, because that's the thing I'm most excited for in this update. Is actually how they finally made it so the abilities are easy to understand. Looks like it's the same though. Target self. Oh no, there we go. Before it would just highlight self, but now they actually say target self, and this one is target any opponent. Any opponent. Oh, any opponent. Okay, that one's random. Got it. Target all opponents, attack, and then team. Increase damage by 50% for 3 turns, 6 attacks. Okay, actually, let me take a look. Where is... yeah, you. Okay, team. Okay, target team. Cleanse all negative status effects. Heal 100% of damage stat. I don't like how they don't tell you how much that... Because before, they would tell you it would heal this much. Now it's just saying 100% of damage stat. So they just say... It's heal like the regular attack. Otherwise, this would say attack times 1. That would 100% of damage stat. That just seems a bit weird, but okay. No, it's still there. Speed for 2 turns, 2 attacks. They didn't change a thing. Okay, that's disappointing. The speed up thing is still there. Is it just that one move? What about something a little more recent? Where's my Diablo? There he is. Do you still have it? Increase speed. Okay, well that one doesn't count because it's it's everything getting increased. Who else increases speed? Oh, look at that. They added pop-up purchases. Now they're like, hey, look at this incubator. Buy it. No! Are you sure you want to decline this? Yes! Gosh, I'm not spending a dime on this game. I didn't do it back in 2016. I'm not doing it now. Okay, what about you? Target opponent with most positive effects. Remove all negative effects. Got it. Target self, cleanse all negative effects, 67% chance to dodge, direct damage for 1 turn, 1 attack, increase speed for 1 turn. No, they didn't change. Okay. Wonderful. The one thing that I was looking forward to the most in this update, which was to make these abilities easier to understand. And of course, they screwed it up. Now I'm just saying that because they didn't fix the speed up thing where they say, oh, the speed lasts for 1 attack, 1 turn, despite the fact that speed has nothing to do with attack, and it's bothered me ever since they started implementing it, and I thought this was going to be the time they're going to remove it. No, it's still there. Wonderful. Other than that, I really don't know if they actually changed the abilities all that much. Self-cleanse wound, current lowest HP opponent, reduce damage by 50% for 1 turn, 2 attacks, reduce critical chance for 100% for 1 turn, 2 attacks, remove critical chance increase and damage increase, and attack times 1. And just reading I'm just going to keep reading abilities to see if there's anything different. Maybe it's Giga. Giga's one I can check, because they always labeled it as like the cleanse comes first, but it comes afterwards. So let's see. Current lowest HP opponent. Destroy shields, attack times 1, bypassing armor, devour heal by 20%, damage dealt. Oh my gosh, my throat. Remove taunt afterwards, And then self, cleanse all negative status effects. Maybe look at ability where I know the order. Let's look at Thylaconix. You have, okay, Crushing Prowl. Self, cleanse all negative status effects. Increase critical chance by 75% for 2 turns to attack, 75% chance to dodge, 67% of direct damage for 1 turn, 2 attacks. And then target team, increase damage by 50% for 4 turns, and then cleanse damage reduction, critical chance reduction. I don't know, guys. I'm not seeing much of a difference in these abilities at all. So, woohoo. They lied. Or maybe, well, they didn't lie. They obviously changed them, but not for the better. I'd say it's about as effective as it was before, which is not much at all. Oh, and now I have permanently looking at stat boost. Wonderful. What? Okay, new guys. That's right, new guys. Let's see if we can find out where they're spawning, or even what their stats are. Oh, wait, there. Okay, let's look at the bear. This is a hybrid. Yeah, it is Arctodus. Is there any bear feature in here at all, though? Like, any bear? Or is it literally just the exact same thing, but with some different colors? Because this is Segnoraptor, and it's already a very nice-looking bird. It's a giant crow with some nice blue highlights on its face. This is fused with a bear, but I'm not seeing many bear features. I'm just seeing the same thing, so not impressed with that. And a Trosomolok is even more... Oh, wow. Wow. Hey man, Damar, if you're looking for hybrids that need redesigning, these two are perfect candidates because they are lazy. This guy also got a buff, but I can't look at it because I don't have this dude. Where's Indolakaion? He's here somewhere, isn't he? Wait. Oh no, there he is. I got confused because he wasn't high, because he was okay. Yeah, this guy got a nerf, and this guy also got a nerf. His speed is the same, but I think they made some changes to challenging Howl on escape, so it only deals half damage, as well as removing the priority on disarming, decimate, and run, which is great, because this dude is an absolute pain to deal with. So, good. Screw you, buddy. You got nerfed. Screw you. Ah, here we go. We can see where they spawn. Australotitan is in Zone 2, which I am not in, and Coreanosaurus is in Zone 1, which is I am also not in, so I can't get either of them. And the other two are not out yet, so I can't get any of the Omegas. Wonderful. Oh, but they are in the website. Oh, ads, go away! Go away! Let's look at the uniques first, since they're not as interesting. Because uniques are old news. No one cares about the uniques anymore. Actually, I could just do that. And then I can just click rarity, and then we'll see all of them together. Let's look at a Trosomolok, which I didn't really care about when I found out. Yeah, hey, look. This guy doesn't have any of Paramolok's features, so why would I care about even getting it? Okay, yeah, critical chance is the same. I'm waiting for when they're going to add a new dinosaur with higher critical chance that isn't an Omega, because I think it's dumb that they added that exclusively to Omegas. Pretty mediocre stats, honestly. A high speed to go along with it, but 4,500 health is pretty low these days. That's a lot of health, but it's actually very low for the uniques these days, since a lot of them are clocking 5,100 or 5,400 and whatnot. Resistances are terrible, by the way. And we've already seen its abilities are pretty tame for a unique. And, yeah, a Trosomolok meat. Okay, that's the same thing. Yeah, this one's not exactly worth aiming towards. Is this dude any better? 40. Oh, yeah, he's honestly even worse. That's even less health and damage. And honestly, not that much speed in the return. Looking at the feathers, I like the colors, but I'm still upset that there's not much bear in this bird. It's just, I don't see any Arctodus feature in this dinosaur here. Resistances are a lot better on this one, and abilities, well, they should be good. I remember reading them; they were good abilities. But honestly, this is This is not exactly that great of a unique, because those stats aren't good. Because again, uniques have very high stats these days. So with those stats, I can't see this guy going very far. Either of these, honestly. I mean, maybe they'll get some good hits off with I mean, will you even live long enough to pull off wild triple strike? You have a deceleration resistance, but you don't have enough speed to keep up with it. So I'm thinking, nah, you're not that great. So yeah, the uniques aren't OP for once. Which, it sounds disappointing, but I should call that a plus, because again, it's annoying how every single dinosaur they add is the most OP creature ever that's just knocking whatever it was in first place into second place, and it's just a cycle. So it's nice to have some mediocre hybrids that you can work towards. They're not terrible, but they're not the best either. So if you work for them, honestly, Pantheratops, sorry, that's not right. Constrictoraptor, that's the name, is also pretty mediocre. As I stated when I reviewed it, it was basically it's a better Panthera, but Panthera kind of struggles in unique tournaments anyway, because the uniques have all these are like faster and they have priority moves themselves. So even if Constrictoraptor does have its priorities on, like its revenge on, it's still not going to be fast enough to inflict it, because the others will be able to just use a priority move first and defend themselves, so it stands less of a chance and is therefore not as OP. But let me look at my boy Ichthyovanator. Present points, we can just see, is that really the best they can do? That's right, it's kind of hard to see what these stats can really look like, because this is, okay, let's see. So present points just boosts health, damage. Okay, let's throw down the critical damage. Okay, you cannot increase its armor at all, and you cannot increase its speed any higher than 13. So it's the fastest it can go is 131. Health can go up. Okay, that's pathetic health, right? Let's reduce that critical damage and critical chance. Let me just customize this a bit to see what I can get. Okay, stat distribution, if I remove all of the critical stuff, the highest its regular stats can get is 510 health, 1600 damage, and 131 speed, which is alright. It's alright. Of course, that means you're going to have some very low critical damage and low critical hits. You could, if you want, go for an in-between of going for like, I don't know, like 650 sounds about right, and then just boost that critical damage up a lot. Yeah, but even then, it's not that much. You can play around with this as much as you like. Maybe you don't need that much speed, or maybe you do need more speed. Maybe you just need, like, I don't know, that much damage is enough, and then you can just throw the rest in the critical chance. I don't know, you can play around with these stats however you want, but these do not seem OP at all. Like, Ichthyovanator here, you are just impressing me so much. And Omega, that just feels like he doesn't have to prove himself so much. Like, he just has some like recycled abilities from other dinosaurs, plus a wolf, and he himself just has some pretty mediocre resistances. Like, he is not immune to stun, he is immune to the distraction and deceleration, which is a good combo, and his swap prevent, he's basically got Compsoraptor resistances, and also his stats are pretty okay. So Ichthyovanator, once you are out, once that Spelling Bee event comes out, I'm gonna hunt you just as much as I can. Unless you become another area specific, then I can't hunt you at all. Here's the update that's basically supposed to be the poster child of this update, because it's labeled as the Korean update, so Koreanosaurus, that makes sense. Let me look at your present stats present points. That gives us a little bit, he has armor, so is that max armor? Okay, let me just arrange it so it's like at a point. There we go. Armor is at the maximum. You can only go up to, okay, so if I reduce my damage, nope, armor can't go any higher. Critical damage can't go any higher. Okay. So all of these stats are at the max, but looks like dang it, I messed up. Oh. Okay, good. That's annoying. This is very annoying to deal with. Throw that damage back up. Looks like this is the best you can get on its stats, which is, again, not that impressive. I guess, again, you could remove some critical damage, because it doesn't do that much critical chance, so you can just remove some, okay, you can just remove some critical chance, as it's not necessary to have the 50, I guess, and throw the rest into damage to at least get 1,000. And even then, it's still not that much. Resistances, on the other hand, again, not immune to stun, but immune to armor reduction and no affliction resistance. This one's okay as well. I mean, abilities are carrying this one a lot more as it's well, is it? Yeah, again, is it immune to deceleration? It does not have deceleration resistance because, again, it has those, it has an ability that decelerates itself as a gamble. So, very interesting. Heal by 100%, 404. Oh yeah, it's HP. So yeah, this one's also just okay. Oh, this one has a skin. I need to check to see if there's any more skins after this. Let's see if I can just arrange. Thank you. Present points. Wow, that's very low HP for a sauropod. Is there any way we can change that? Well, damage is up at the max. Okay, if I reduce, so reducing critical chance by 1. Looks like health and damage can go up more, but we'd have to mess around with a few other points. Okay, what's the highest the health can go? Okay, just a note. That's its speed. That's its base speed. Do not bother. Okay, hang on. Present points. If I just click reset, present points. Yeah, don't waste. I recommend not wasting any points on speed on this guy because it's already at 87, and then you boost it up to get 113. That just isn't worth it. Put those points into something that's actually worth doing. So I'm going to remove all those speed points and put them into something that's actually worth it. Okay, so after I gave this guy a 0% critical chance, I can get up to like proper sauropod stats, I suppose. It's up to you how you want your Austral Titan to be, but this is these stats so far aren't. Is this even accurate? I wonder if this is accurate. It must be, but this is honestly pretty funny that I can just play around with these stats and get some pretty weak combinations. Like you can have. It's like you can't have the best of both worlds. You can either have an Austral Titan that has like the base stats needed for a sauropod to be good, and a little extra damage and some armor, or you can have it have some pretty terrible health, some like a little extra damage than what it usually has. Okay, get rid of that speed though. I don't like this. I'm not wasting any points into speed on this, and then just you can't even get that. It only has a 10% critical chance to begin with. So then, is there even any point? It has zero. It has 0 right off the bat. That's so funny. But you know what? Let's just leave it at the 10 because you want it. You want that 150 critical damage. So we'll have to leave it like that. Armor you can keep, but then just boost the rest into health. That's what I recommend for us. Like the others, you can customize the way you want. But this one, I would just say, forget speed. Put all the boosts. It like max out the armor, the crit chance, and the critical damage. But then you can just distribute between health and damage and then see how that works out for you. Like you can even reduce this to like a regular sauropod speed, regular base sauropod stats of 1000 and then throw the rest into health. What's the highest I can get in the health? That's about it. That's as much as I can get. Okay. Like Austral Titan has some OP abilities, but those stats really bring it down. And again, not immune to stun. Immune to bleed though, what? And finally, Segnosaurus, who has the Sage skin. That looks no different? Okay. Let's see what... Okay, resistance is first. You actually do have a stun resistance, but you're not immune. You can be afflicted if there was actually dinosaurs that had good dinosaurs that could afflict. But there aren't right now. Let's see. Present points? Terrible. Awful health. Awful attack. Awful speed. All just for some critical... No. We gotta fix this. I suppose that's a bit more desirable. I'm not gonna lie, guys. These training points, is this the same for all Omegas? Because I remember Omega, I haven't actually checked what they look like when I play around with their stats. I know Big One's OP, and I know that Toro, actually I don't know. Because these stats really aren't, these guys have OP abilities, but their stats kind of suck. I think Ichthyovenator is looking the most balanced, actually. No wonder it has regular abilities, because it's the only one with some pretty solid stat distribution. Everyone else is just like, oh, you can have the health, or you can have the damage, or whatnot. So yeah, I suppose I should approve of this, because otherwise they would be too OP. And then, because again, if you gave them godly stats, then they'd be like dominating the meta, and everyone's been hating that for so long. So yeah, we've got a batch of like dinosaurs with some good abilities. Like, this guy has like some pretty meh abilities, but some great stats. But everyone else has like some pretty awesome abilities, but like terrible stats, honestly. Yeah. There's not much else for me to cover, and the game kind of quit on me while I was just looking at that, so I guess I'm going to end the video here, because really, not much else for me to look at. I mean, I guess there's the Friends tab, but who looks at the Friends tab anymore? Yeah, so thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you whenever I manage to get one of those Omegas. And who knows how long that's going to take, because I can't get them. They're in, like, different areas, so... And they seriously still haven't added any Omegas to Area 3? That kind of bothers me. Because Area 3 is the only area that doesn't have a designated Omega. And you're telling me they added 2 to areas that already have Omegas? So they're really just going to leave me a whole, like, until September before I finally get an Omega? Oh, that... Ludia. I honestly, it's a time... I'm telling you guys, Ludia's targeting me specifically. Obviously, that's not the case. They don't know who I am. But with stuff like this... I'm in an area, Area 3. There are no Omegas spawning here. And then they added the place. They made it so Omegas spawn in 2 areas that already have Omegas when I don't have any spawning near me. Anyway, guys, sorry for that little rant at the end. It had to be said. Area 3 just doesn't have an Omega yet. Maybe they're planning to put Ichthyovenator there. So by the time Ichthyovenator's finally released, Area 3 would have already left me. And I just went the whole month not being able to hunt Omegas because Ludia didn't distribute properly. Just like Mattel! Thanks for watching. Goodbye.